So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is our old friend Pandemonium driving the excellent Tier 6 Chinese tank destroyer, the WZ-131G fake tank. Really nice tank destroyer, this in my humble opinion, unlike the Tier 7, which I think is part of garbage. This thing has a little bit of speed, has a little bit of armour, has an excellent gun, and is very stealthy. Actually has the same gun as the Hype 59, the Tier 8 preferential tank. The one that everybody wanted, and now everybody seems to have got because of the Christmas thing. Well done, Wargaming, with that. Anyway, so it's theoretically a Tier 8 preferential tank gun, which is really kind of like a Tier 7, really. Well, Tier 7.5 to be fair. So, Pandemonium has come up here. It's on steps. It's a Tier 7 game. It's a 5-10 format game. He's got into this sneaky position here to try and lay down some blind shots onto those targets out the back there. It's always often tank destroyers and medium tanks hiding up there in those bushes, and he's just putting in some blind shots to see what happens. Didn't take the risk of poking around to go for the AMX 12 ton, because if he had, he probably would have got slapped by a whole load of enemy TDs who were doing exactly the same on the other side. So, the other good thing about this tank is it's got a lovely great log on the back. Look at that. Everyone likes a good log on the back, don't they? So, pretty ineffective start, to be fair, but he's going to get himself back into a good support position. You can see the team have not pushed anywhere. A few tanks went down the 9-0 line, decided, oh, that looks a bit scary, and came back. The other guys down the 1-2 line have just got no further than the GH line, and that is it. Oh, there's a comet there. Comet now. Look at that shell there, dropped like a stone. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure he would have actually penetrated from that angle. That angle, however, was a beauty. Although you see the shell just went really right. Hit the drive wheel and did some damage, and now he straightens up the shot, and of course what happens, the shell goes right again. So third time, is it going to go right again? Yeah, of course it does. But of course if he straightened it up and aimed left just to allow for that fade away to the right, he would have fired it directly straight and not penned anything anyway. So hey, such is RNG. Anyway, yeah, the enemy are pushing quite hard down the 1-2 line. There's not an awful lot happening on the other flank, and we've got an awful lot of campers in the middle. So usual Wargaming, or usual World of Tanks scenario here. So Pandemonium is top tier, but he is in a TD, and you know, it makes me laugh sometimes. People moan about TDs camping, and you go, well, kind of, that's the point of them, right? You know, that's what they're for. That Skoda and Panther really are the ones that should be pushing out. So we're going to have some punters in a minute. It looks like our heavy line, or what sort of is called the heavy line out there on the 1-2 line, is being overwhelmed. Pandemonium's doing what he can to provide some support, but he just hasn't had any shots yet. Now it looks like he might do. There's a Skoda. Skoda has extremely good view range. That was a shot that went dead straight. Perfect. Wasn't spotted either. So there's the Comet. Who's going to poke out next? Oh, it's going to be him. Yeah, and we take him down. Good. That'll teach him to be predictable. Here comes the Comet. Can we get him too? He's been tracked. That's rather nice. We'll have him. Two for two. Nicely done, sir. It's 7 plays 7. It's a tight game. This is where you need to have your wits about you. Pick out the right targets at the right time. Well, you always have to do that, to be fair. Nice shot. Tracked the Tiger P, and he does it again. Lovely. Aim for that front drive wheel is always a good thing to do. You get good damage and also track. Oh, that went high. That was in the inaccuracy. They could have fired at the OI. Missed his chance now, which is a shame. But the OI's down anyway. The only reason why I say that is if he could have taken a tank out the game. I know why he didn't, and it was because he had that Tiger P tracked, and if he could have hit him again, if he had tracked him again, it would have been a far better thing to do. A heavy tank like that with lots of health getting tracked in the open would have been kind of cool, but sadly not. So there are 2 artillery aside, so you can't afford really to get spotted too quickly. This Jackson is going very, very balls deep to our right. He's trying to get us. Ooh, hello, there's the Tiger P. Artillery missed him. We're losing now. The 890 line has fallen. The Skoda and the Panther finally got their asses in gear and got moving that way. Nice again. Almost had full health of this Tiger P, haven't we? Couldn't get the kill shot. Didn't quite reload in time. What a shame. Tiger P's flirting. Not anymore, he's not. Both Tiger P's wrapped up. Good job. Right, 10-all. Now, I'm not saying this is a misplay, but it's an interesting play from me, from my perspective. I think if I'd been him, possibly would have headed back towards my cap at this point. But instead he's pushing round. Now I can sort of understand, there is a T-34-85, there's also a Nashorn back there in the base area, so if he can surprise the artillery, he gets a lot more damage done, but also he creates a new angle and maybe scares the enemy a bit. However, Skoda seems to be having fun. He's taken down the Nashorn, artillery took down, and took down our artillery as well. So it's not a good scenario, but can he get a shot on that Skoda from here? He could have done briefly. Oh, he's in the open. He's in the open. Can we swing the gun round? Yes! Oh, whoa, that was lucky. Yeah, that was very fortunate. Just hit the back drive wheel, I think. Okay, so it's 11 plays 12. 2 enemy artillery against 1 Negaziati shell. So maybe he doesn't have 6th sense on this tank. I could have done him out because the shell just landed very, very close to him there. Artillery shell. And that could be because he was spotted. Well, almost certainly it's because he was spotted. There's the Lorraine. Can we get a sneaker shot on him? Nice. Oh, unlucky, didn't kill him. 40 health left. No. Gotta move because there's still another arty. 2,000 damage so far. 3 kills. There's the Lorraine. Haven't seen the other arty yet. Wonder where he's got to. Ooh, just took a shot from the jumbo out there. Luckily he was only using the 36mm. Here comes the arty going balls deep. Try and get round and avoid that jumbo out there somewhere. Luckily the jumbo's not far, it doesn't seem to be firing the HE gun. Because that could have caused a bit of problems there with the open side. Oh, there he comes, right, take him down. Oh, just couldn't get the shot. Oh, the arty's coming in one side. Ow! We've been humbled. We're going to hummel behind our arse. Oh my goodness. T-34 and artillery, come to our aid. Come and help. That didn't work out quite as planned. I think Pandemonium thought that if he could get a shot on him, he'd kill him. If not, the ram would do enough. He was only on very, very little health. How much is he? Yeah, there's a little bit more armour on a jumbo than there is on a there is on the WZ tank destroyer. Never mind. So luckily in that in that exchange, our artillery took down the Hummel, which is good. But he's now saying he's got no more shells. Oh dear. Pandemonium, what have you done? Have you created pandemonium? He's asking whether the T-34-85 can give him his mastery. Let's hope so. Let us hope so. Where's that jumbo gone? It's around here somewhere. Where would you be if you're in the jumbo? He's on virtually no health. I just have to sneeze on him. He can't be down here, surely. Oh, there he is, there he is, there he is. We've spotted him. Both on extremely low health, and if the artillery's correct and he's got no shells left, this could be messy. This could be messy. He's got him! Oh, well played. Whew, lucky joy. So I bet when Pandemonium went over that hill to try and try to ram that that jumbo, he probably had a modicum of concern about what he'd done, whether he'd thrown the game away. But luckily that T-34-85 managed to shut down the jumbo, and the artillery with his last shell managed to shut down the other artillery. So they actually came out with the win, and it was Pandemonium's ace tanker in that Tier 6 Chinese tank destroyer. He also got fighter, fire for effect, and bruiser. Finished up top of his team, 2061 damage, 4 kills, 1118 base XP, fired 18 shots, hit with 12, penned with 10 for that 2000 damage. He took 3 hits himself, they all penned him, and he got 600 assistance damage as well. 40,000 credits, probably boosted by all the Christmas shenanigans, so 31 profit, and with his ×2, 3,300 crew experience. So there you go, that's Pandemonium living up to his name. Getting very close to losing a game he'd won very nicely by some good play, by being a little bit reckless with a ram at the end there. But hey, we've all done it at some point. I know I have. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. In the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom, signing out.